So welcome back to Vintage Steel Garage. We're still continuing with the Ecoboost. What we're going to do today is rebuild the turbo, which is sat on the bench there. If you've been watching this series, what's actually happened is it's a common thing. The wet belt disintegrates, that blocks the oil pump up, and then in turn that starves the engine of oil, and in this case it spun a bearing on Conrod 2 and also starved the turbo of oil. Not that you can hear it, but it is very... No, you can't hear it. It is very rattly in there, so I'm going to put a rebuilt turbo on, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm doing that when I start strip it. But just for a bit of fun, we're going to strip it, show you how the turbo works, and then I'll show you why I'm actually putting a whole insert in rather than buying. You can get down to the component parts and buy the bearings for about £40 off eBay and put them in, but let's get it stripped down first. So this is a turbo off the 1 litre Ecoboost, but it's very similar for any car really. It's a simple turbo, and what you've got is you've got the exhaust on this side. It's got a shaft that goes all the way through with an impeller at this end and an impeller at this end, and basically the exhaust gases, they will come out the engine here, go down, spin the turbine in this end, which you can probably just about see in there, spin this turbo, the exhaust gases exhaust this way to the exhaust. It will then spin this side on what's called a snail, and basically it will suck air in here, spin it up very fast, increase the pressure and put it out there, and the reason for that is it creates a higher charge and creates more power. This particular one is also water cooled, so it's got water in, water out, and they're usually a plain bearing, so there's oil in the top and oil out the bottom. So what we're going to do is strip the snail off and have a look in there, and we can see how bad this one is. So that's why it's called a snail, because it looks like a little snail going down there, and that sucks the air in through there, spins it round there. That all needs a bit of a clean out before it goes back together. You can see probably where it's failed and it's started to spit oil inside it, so we'll give that a good clean before we reassemble it. So this is the input side of it, and you can probably see now. Let me just zoom you in. Let's just get that. You can hear that and see that play, so that bearing is shot. So what we're going to do, take this apart. Now while we're at this point, it's worthwhile telling you the reason why we're not going to rebuild it, and it's simply because this is a balanced part. This spins at, and I'm going to have to look at you for this because you're not going to believe it, this actually spins, this spins at 240,000 RPM. That's 240,000 revs per minute. 240,000 RPM? Yes. Yes, you heard me correct. 240,000 revs per minute. That is a staggering 4,000 times per second. Obviously that's flat out, but 4,000, really, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? You can't even comprehend it. It needs to be balanced all the way through, and what you'll see, if I can show you here, you will see there are little marks. I just need something to point them out. There are little drillings in here on this side of the impeller where it's balanced it, and on this side it hasn't. There's also a little bit machined out at the top, and what they'll do is they'll basically put it in a machine, spin it up, see there's some vibration, and then just take little bits off here, there and everywhere to get it back into perfect balance. That's why if you strip this down and buy some bearings off eBay for, you know, 45 quid or whatever, throw them in, it's going to fail in no time because it's not going to be balanced, you're not going to have it right. It needs to be dynamically balanced at speed with the right stuff, and that is basically why you buy this. And you also buy this from a place which is in Lancashire. Yay! Cleverly it's called Turbo Rebuild Limited, So that gives you some sort of assurance that's what they do. And it's £145, ready built, ready to go. So let's take a look at this and see what we've got. Well, no, let's carry on stripping this down. I'll show you how it comes together, then we'll just throw that in the bin and we'll go again. So this is probably just some sort of a barrier plate. So we've now got some bolts in here that we can remove. We can take the end of this impeller off so we can have a look inside here. So it's got the impeller coming off. Now I wouldn't normally tack it with a hammer, however, as I've just told you, we're taking it apart and we're replacing it. So I'm just doing this because I'm showing you what we're doing. This would be quite a cavalier approach to stripping it. It definitely wouldn't work again after this. Right, so we've now got, so that's probably a good way of doing it. So you can see basically the exhaust side and the turbo side, and this is what comes apart. So basically let's just continue getting this out of here. Let me just tap this out of here, just make a complete mess of it. Right, so basically it's coming apart now, and that's what you can see you've got. You've basically just got a shaft there, that shaft, which has that on the other end, and this is what spins at 240,000 RPM on these plain bearings. And there is a little bit of wear on there. Not enough, and I say you can buy these little bearings and you'll see the kits on eBay for about 40 quid, but to be honest, just do not bother. That there is all junk. So we're just going to put that to one side there, and we're going to take a look at what we get in the kit. So this should also come with a certificate. It comes with some instructions which we'll of course ignore. Got a syringe with some oil in so we can prime it, that's of course very important. And here we go. Here it is, ready to go, looking lovely and clean. So let's see what we get in here. So we've got some gaskets, we've got some copper washers, and that'll be for the pipe on the top. So we'll put those on one side and lose them. It's got some instructions. Oh, it's got some more oil seals there. Not sure where they go, to be honest. I didn't see where I took those off. And more importantly, it has here the certificate to say that it has spun up to 170,000 RPM. Wow. And you'll be pleased to know it passed all the tests. You just want to clean these two halves up first, really, before we start reassembling that. So I'm just going to clean these two halves up, and then we're ready to go with this. So we've got the parts nicely cleaned up. What we're going to do is start reassembling it now. So we take out the turbo cartridge, nicely balanced, brand new turbo cartridge. Making sure we don't drop it on the floor or smash it to pieces. And you can see that there's no play in that, and it feels nice. It's nicely oiled up. So basically what I'm going to do, we can put that back in there. Just got to remember which way around it went. Ah yes, that's the way around it goes. But before we do that, we just got to put a seal on the out. No, we can put it in there, to be honest, and then put the seal on afterwards. So that sits in there like that. So we've just nipped that body into there. We'll just put this body into here, so we'll just tighten this up. It does have a crush washer on here, so I'm just going to nip this till I feel it's crushed. There's probably a torque setting for this, but I don't have it. We are going to put this new O-ring around here. How come whenever you're on camera it always goes wrong? Right, there we go. So there's the O-ring in, all the way around, for the snail body to go on. Just going to give that a little bit of a wipe over. Look, you'll be impressed, I've actually got a real clean cloth this time. So this disc goes back in. Just give this a wipe over. That just sits in there like that. And then the body that we've cleaned up, and all we're going to do is remember the exact orientation of this body, which of course forgot. Right, so these are just two little, it's just basically a clamp. So I just put these in all the way around, and it's as simple as that. So we're just going to put this back on now. So there we go, front bar back on. So there we have, turbo rebuilt, ready to go back on. It's got a recon unit in it. It's just easier, as I say, than putting the eBay bearings in. Just avoid that like the plague. You're going to end up with problems. It's not going to work properly. Just checking that it's spinning nicely in there. You just need to get them dynamically balanced correctly because of the speed that they operate of. The only thing I'm going to do when I put it back together is give it a bit of an injection with some oil in the top, just so it's a plain bearing, it's not starved of oil, and we'll see how we go from there. And next episode we should be bolting it in the engine and get it all up in.